Hey guys, welcome back to another creepy video compilation. If you're new here, please help me get this recommended to others by liking this video, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you want to keep seeing videos just like this. All those would be going straight to the trash, especially if they broke my TV.
On while we're watching them.
Alright.
How do you track them?
There's two more black dots. Cody. Oh, what the crap? Is that a guy? What the frick?
What the fuck?
What was that?
He's walking creepy.
Dude, that was a skinwalker. What?
Follow him.
I videoed it. I videoed it. What the frick?
I'm gonna go get my gun.
That was a skinwalker.
No. What?
That was either a guy on a wheelchair or somebody was hitting the gritty. That was definitely weird.
Have you ever heard the urban legend of Teke Teke?
No, I don't think so.
It's one from Japan, and it's this story of this girl who was an officer in the army, but she was assaulted by some soldiers, and either she threw herself or she got thrown onto a railroad track and got run over by the train.
Oh my gosh, bro.
It cut her in half, and now she wanders the streets of Japan, just her top half. And the reason her name is Teke Teke is because that's the sound her nails make against the ground as she
Bro, I have chills
and like
right now.
comes at you. And if you ever see her and you make eye contact with her, she's gonna come after you. If you manage to get away, you have 3 days before she comes and finds you.
Ugh, I don't like this one.
It's especially bad if you're there and you're wearing red while crossing a railroad track, because she hates the color red because it reminds her of her blood
Oh my
when
god.
she was murdered.
That's so sad.
And just a little bit of extra spice for your life. Just so all you know, there's a part of this legend that says, once you hear this,
I think I'm gonna stop wearing red. Minimize the chances, you know.
There's a cave in China where hundreds of coffins were found. Rumors say that vampire ancestors are in a deep sleep, and if you open the coffins, you'll break the curse and awaken the dead. But this isn't actually the case, and the real reason why those coffins are there might surprise you. You see, in ancient times, people that lived in the city of Anshun, China, moved over into the mountainy regions in order to avoid war. Their beliefs were that by placing a coffin high up in a mountain, it would be closer to heaven. Then by letting the wooden coffins rot away, the souls would successfully cross over.
I still don't know if I trust that. There might be some ghosts still hanging around there, so...
You ever see a picture that just gives you, like, full body chills? This photo was captured in 2007, and it seems like kind of a harmless picture, right? There's nothing that's very out of the ordinary. It's taken outside of an apartment window by a woman named Maria Leontinka in Czech Republic. The man was just outside of the apartment. He was screaming, he was shouting, and this woman took the picture because she was going to report it to the property manager, having no idea that something very dark just occurred in that building. Inside that apartment building in 209 was a family of 4, all of which had been decapitated, and it's believed that man who was captured was responsible. Police are then able to connect the dots of another picture that was taken across town on the same exact day. It's believed to have been the same man, that he approached this group of teenagers and he was bragging about what he had just done, and they weren't sure if he was for real, if he was kidding, psychotic, so they took a picture of his face before he eventually ran. And this was the best shot they got. They even sketched the man, but they never found him, and his motive remained unknown.
Why do police sketches always have to be so creepy? It's never a handsome guy.
Real human babies are not sold at Walmart, but Rebecca Taylor didn't get the memo. A mother was checking out at Walmart with her blonde hair, blue-eyed baby when Rebecca approached her about how beautiful her child was. The mother, thinking nothing of it, laughed it off and thanked her. Rebecca began fixating on the baby's appearance, and the mother got creeped out. That's when Rebecca offered her $250,000 for the baby, which obviously sent chills down the mother's spine. The mother told Rebecca that the baby was not for sale. She then got frightened and hurried to her car. That's when Rebecca went crazy. She was so worried she locked her children in her car as Rebecca tried to pry them out. Rebecca raised the offer to $500,000, said that the baby would be hers either way. Even weirder, Rebecca knew the child's name and was calling it out. Rebecca was arrested for the purchase or sale of a child in January of 2022. She later denied all allegations.
Why didn't she call the manager or the cops? That sounds like some dark web type business there.
What I'm about to show you is the photo Katrina Whalen captured on her Ring camera the other night. So Katrina lives alone down a long country road in West Texas.
No
and
way,
3
bro.
nights ago, she invited a friend over for dinner at 7 p.m. But 7 rolls around and her friend's not there. And then 8 rolls around and her friend is still not there. And that's when Katrina starts to hear footsteps outside. Slow at first, but then it starts to sound like someone is running full speed at her house. Thinking it's her friend, she goes to open the door, but no one is there. So Katrina calls her friend, but then when the other line picks up, it's just heavy breathing. And then laughing. She's really freaked out now, so she runs upstairs, but that's when she gets the notification that someone is at her front door. And this was that someone. Katrina's still alive to tell the tale, but there's been an uptick in Reddit users complaining in West Texas of hearing someone outside and then answering the door to see no one is there.
I hope this is fake, because that is disturbing. It looks like maybe that person was wearing a mask. Two weeks notice. I'd be gone that minute. You would not see me ever again.
This is next level creepy.
Okay, so tell me, come over here and come over here and tell me this doesn't give you like the weirdest feeling ever.
What's that? Oh yeah, that's pretty fucking weird. Okay, gotta get a picture of that. There's a little kid inside the light switch.
Where the switch would be?
Look at that. Who is that kid? Kid's in the wall, man. He's little. He's little. Dude, that's next level.
I just love.
You just love little kids?
Watch. The screws are in there fake.
What's the deal with the kids, man? Tell us.
That's kind of freaky. Yeah, I've never seen that.
That's really creepy. We looked over here last time and we didn't notice it, you know? We found those pictures of the kids in here.
This is disturbing on a whole nother level. A predator ghost. I don't know what you guys are even doing in there. don't think he had second thoughts. I think she just was too fast for him. It seems like she got into her apartment a little quick, and good for her.
Creepy facts about our world you didn't know about. Have you ever been sleeping and you had a nightmare that you've been falling off of a building or out of the sky and you woke up kind of flinching a little bit? This is actually called hypnic jerks and B. Basically what it is, it's your body thinking you're about to die, so it wakes you up. This might sound insane, but you're literally always 6 minutes away from dying, and every time you take a breath, the clock happens to restart. The ocean is just really a graveyard full of dead bodies and sunken ships, and every time you go visit the beach and take a dip in the water, you're basically swimming in a pool full of dead bodies. People unknowingly swallow about 8 spiders a year. Literally, spiders are crawling inside your mouth and down your esophagus, and you have no idea when or where. Facebook shut down 2 robots named Alice and Bob because they started talking to each other in their own language.
Alright, so the FTA allows a certain amount of rat feces and actual spiders to be in your peanut butter. You are eating spiders in your peanut butter.
So this creepy video is going viral right now because his son is convinced he has an imaginary friend named the Hanging Man who visits him every night. But make sure you stick around to the end to see what they caught on camera when he was sleeping.
Stop it.
Elliot, what are you doing? Oh, really? Right. Is he crying? So this is the photo of the hanging man he's seen in the corner of his room. I'm going to ask him to draw it again when I've rubbed it completely off. Elliot, can you draw the hanging man for me like you did before?
No, because you'll tell me off at night.
What if I don't let him? What if you can sleep in my room? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Right, so what's these on his face?
Tears.
What's this?
Straight.
Oh, okay. Does he cry quite a lot?
Yeah, because he's got his fever up there and he's up there.
Okay.
In the corner.
Okay, thank you.
But he annoys me at the night because he keeps saying he always bangs and you just...
Okay, thank you.
No. Hey man, you need to move out of that house. I don't know what I would do. I don't have kids, but geez, I think I'd have to move immediately.
So this video is going viral in Mexico, and basically this group of friends is camping, and they can tell they're being hunted or stalked or something. So they actually take their drone out and use thermal to follow it, and that's what you can see here. Well, then something unexplained happens. I went ahead and translated the audio, so here it is from the beginning.
Context. I went camping with some friends, and we noticed that a person started following us. During the night we felt being watched, and heard noises around us. The next day at camp we saw their tracks, and we were missing things. I raised my drone with thermal camera to follow the person and retrieve our things. The person stopped at this point. Changed the vision of the drone to see the person, and this is what happened.
What? Dude, that was a skinwalker, man. He was looking right at the drone, too. I think it's time for you guys to pack up and go, bro.
What the fuck is that?
Oh, Jesus.
Holy! You're kidding! That is so huge! Oh my god!
That's not scary. That's just cool.
that's a big one. You want to have it? I want to eat it, but I don't know how to.
It's got a nice color too. No. Yo, those things are huge. Yeah. Wow. Nah, bro. You gotta burn that car down now. Or sell it to Carvana or something.
Carla, there's a real tornado right there. Oh my God. If something happens, make sure everybody knows I love them, Carla. This is no joke. There's a real tornado right fucking there. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Ugh.
That looks terrifying, man. Feel bad for that guy. Hopefully he's still okay.
I think I can see it on here. Hold on. Now it's stopped. Oh, wait, there it is. See if she moves. There it is.
Nope, sorry. Going straight to the trash. Why do people keep these things in their house? Let me see that one more time. Maybe not a UFO, but a piece of trash floating by. That was an odd shape for a UFO. Are those fires still going? I think they're still going. New York looks like the Blade Runner movie right now. That sucks. Are those pictures real? Can anybody verify this? Anybody in the comments have a link? Anybody?
This is known as the most convincing case of time travel in the history of the world.
There's been a lot.
Sergei Ponomarenko was a guy who just appeared out of literally nowhere in Kyiv in 2006, right? So he showed up dressed in like really old clothing and he had this really old looking camera. So he claimed he was walking down the street with his girlfriend. A flash of light happened and he was spawned to the year 2006. So after doing some research into this, the cops were like, you got to show us some type of proof that you're from this year, right? Then he said, okay, well, check the photos on my camera. So there was film in the camera that was undeveloped. When they developed the film, it showed photos of a girl. It looked like the 1950s in Kyiv. It's one of two things. Either this guy had a camera from the 1950s at 25 years old that just had undeveloped photos.
And he knew what was on the photos without them being developed. Yeah.
And there's photos of him on that camera. So then they were like, okay, who's this girl in the photos? He was like, that's my girlfriend. So they were like, okay, what's her name? They look her up.
Cut it out right when it was getting interesting, man. Maybe not a time traveler. It almost sounds like he switched universes or something, right?
Oh, here's another one right here. You see him? Flying right over our heads. Pointing it right at him. And now he's turning.
Ooh,
yeah.
Flashed.
Yeah, you see him?
Yeah, it just flashed.
I'm lasering at him, and he's curving.
Dude, It reacted to his laser. That has to be the most convincing UFO video I've ever seen. How come I've never seen this?
There's a guy in Iowa got curious, why do the birds start chirping an hour before sunrise? He found out that chirping of the birds is a frequency that helps open up the plant cells, stomata, on the bottom of the leaf, and it lets the plant start breathing in the morning. It helps. It's the alarm clock. It wakes the plant up. He found out that frequency is found in music. It's classical music, quite a bit. So he started playing classical music to his cornfield. His neighbors thought, un poquito loco a la cabeza, he's a couple fries short of a Happy Meal, but until his corn grew 15 feet tall. And he said, what channel was that you're playing? When he played the music to his squash plants, they produced 5 squash per leaf instead of 1. He played it to his black walnut tree and it grew twice as fast as normal. Called Sonic Bloom. It's a combination of vitamins for the plant and special frequencies to open up the stomata.
There's gotta be something to the frequency stuff, man. I mean, don't they tell you to play music for your baby when it's in the womb? It's gotta mean something, bro.
This is the only known photo of the clown called Homie from Chicago, Illinois. So in 1991, it started going around the elementary schools and middle schools of Chicago kids that there was this clown that was out abducting children, right? But this spread like wildfire throughout the schools. And so this started going crazy. People were terrified. Mass hysteria spread throughout all of Chicago. And then the cops came out and said, we have no reason to believe that this is true. It's just an urban legend, right? Then the next day, the front headline of the news came out and said the police are taking these reports very seriously and that they have reason to believe that Homie the Clown is real and is a danger to the children of the city. Parents are terrified. They don't know what to do. And so there were many cases of children saying that they were approached by Homie. Out of nowhere, randomly, Homie just disappeared. And so there's one photo of what his van is believed to look like. Nobody knows if this was real or if it was something just made up by the children. And it's even worse because the lead investigator that was handling the case died. He never told the public anything about the case.
I have never heard of this clown. It gives me Pennywise vibes. Maybe it was the investigator. The clown disappears and then the investigator dies.
In Florida, we need to be really careful about our surroundings because the water looks like nothing. And then out of nowhere, yeah, a gator can just jump out at you. Be safe.
I would say out of any body of water in Florida.
The Crazy Things You See at Work challenge. Wait for it. What are the chances of you making it out alive?
3 sharks already. 4, 5, 6. Oh my god. Dude. And there's people that fall off of cruise ships all the time.
What was the scariest thing I've ever encountered out in the woods? Well, this one gives me the chills just talking about it. But one time I was out deep on a logging road, and just one of those nights where you got the heebie-jeebies, and the weather was shit. I had forgotten a couple things anyways, so I just convinced myself, you know what, you had a fun drive up, but it's not worth it. Go back into town, come back tomorrow night. So on my way out of the logging road, probably 12 o'clock at night, I've never seen anybody out here. I've never seen anybody out here. Not even ATVers, nothing. I've never even seen Ministry of Natural Resource guys out here. And I see truck lights down an ATV trail. So I park the truck at the mouth of the ATV trail. I look in, and I'm wondering if they're stuck or something. Because the truck is running, and the lights are on, and it's late at night, so I'm wondering if they're bogged down, because that happens to you sometimes, and you got to figure it out. So I approach the truck, and there's nobody in it. The back gate is down, and there's shovels, and I look off into the distance, and I see what I believe to be headlamps. So I call out I said, hey, I was just checking on you, making sure everything's all right. So what happened was, the headlamps turned off. Nobody responded to me. And I immediately got shivers down my spine, and I knew something was up. And then I thought about the shovels. I've never seen anybody out here. Then I looked at the truck, didn't even have fucking license plates on it. My shotgun's in the truck, and I'm about a 25-meter dash to the truck. So I'm panicking now, and I start booking it, but I start booking in different directions, and I trip and fall like a fucking idiot. I get up, I see my truck, I book to my truck, I fumble in the back, grabbing the shotgun, I load it, and just as I go to put my shotgun up, the truck is ripping down the road right at me. I get into my truck, I throw it in the reverse, and the truck comes right out of the mouth, almost takes off my front end, and just keeps on going. And buddy, if there was any time in my life I was prepared to shoot someone to defend myself, it was that time. That was the scariest time. That was the scariest thing I've ever experienced out in the woods. Again, it's not always animals or aliens that are the scariest things out in the woods. It's people.
My dude is speaking straight facts. A lot of people are scared of ghosts and demons. You should be more afraid of other people, because other people can hurt you, man.
So this video is really strange. It's currently going viral by a username Metaphysical, and I'll tag him below. He's going to go into some more context and explain how he got the clip, but be sure you pay attention to the dog and how it's reacting. Let me know what you think.
The other day I was walking over here to see a guy working the land. He works in the horse stable. Anytime I see a guy working the land, I always get curious, ask them questions. I'll ask, have you ever seen anything interesting out here? And oftentimes they'll say like, oh yeah, I've seen some coyotes. And so finally, as the conversation was warming up, I say, hey, have you ever seen anything out here you can't explain? The moment I said that, his eyes lit up. He was like, it's really weird you asked me that question. He's like, just last week, my buddy took the craziest video back in these woods. He pulls up his buddy's private Facebook page. So it's a private Facebook page. He tried to send me a link to the video. I couldn't see the video on my own phone. So I had to pull the video up on his phone and take a video of it. I've sent this to a bunch of people. I've not seen anyone be able to explain what the heck is going on in this video. So I'm gonna show it to you guys. Check it out and let me know what you guys think.
That looks pretty convincing to me, man. That dog definitely looks pretty spooked, bro.
Now, when the police came, it was 2 officers. They caught everything on body cam. When they searched the house, some weird started to happen. Now, this lady who owns the Airbnb came in the middle of the night, I guess just to check up on it, but she see her front door wide open. So she hurry up and calls 911. She didn't step in the house to check it out, which is smart because you don't know what's inside of that house. Don't check it. You might not never come back out. Let's start it off of her talking to the cops first.
They're out of town right now. They're with his parents.
All right, we're gonna have to go and search the house. Is it okay if we go in?
Yeah, of course.
You don't have any like pets or dogs or anything?
No.
Right. Police, if anyone's here, make yourself known.
Right there, hold up, wait. Now, a lot of people in this video was commenting that they're not turning on the lights as they go inside the house. That's because they have to be aware and on site. They have to have their hands on that trigger just in case somebody attacked them. They don't have time to be searching for a light, looking for the light, or it's gonna be too late. So this is why they don't turn on lights and they have their flashlight out.
Police. I'm gonna check downstairs, you get upstairs.
I'm gonna check downstairs, you go upstairs. They literally splitting up like it's Scooby-Doo.
I think we should split up.
I cannot believe this. They split up, and this is when it's about to get really creepy. When they split up.
Police! Anyone inside, make yourself known. Downstairs clear.
At that very moment, you seen both doors open. Nobody was there. You go downstairs and you hear footsteps running after you. So you turn around quick and see nothing. Yet again, y'all are still split up.
Yeah, we're good.
Is that a real body cam video? If you know anything about this video, tell me about it in the comments below. I am convinced.
Here. Come on. Come on. Come on. Good boy.
Even though that is creepy, that's actually normal. I think crows can mimic sounds up to a certain extent.
You can barter with birds. If you start feeding a bird and you up the quality of the food that you give the bird will start bringing you back better and better gifts as an exchange for the food that you're giving it. Some videos over the last couple weeks of ravens where they'll be feeding them and then eventually the ravens are going to bring them money. Yes, they'll bring you $20 bills. Like they know that you want
like, where are they getting this from?
No, but how are they that smart? Think about it. Like everyone thinks they're stupid, but they know what humans want. And if you feed them stuff that they want, they will try to bring you back something in return. They'll find a $20 bill on the street. They'll bring it back to you because like they've got an exchange going on with you.
Hey, my boy, I'm about to start feeding crows, man. About to get rich off of some crows. I didn't know they did that.
Greed and the abuse of power. We are fighting those same evils today. In America, in the United Kingdom, across the globe. And we need to be clear, shamelessness is not and will never be a superpower. It is the mark of a villain. Kidnapping children is not what great nations do. We in America are misinformed. Reality shows have warped our idea of what a hero is, or what the truth is.
I love Jim Carrey. He should be more careful. I don't want him to disappear. That would actually make me sad.
They created something called the robo-rat. That was the first biohybrid. So a biohybrid is when you mix animal and a machine. And people freaked out. They were like, you cannot put brain chips in rats and make them move through a maze by a remote control, which is what they were doing. They now have pigeons that are mixed animal and machine.
What?
They created something called, there's a moth. So there's a Mandica sexta moth. That's what it's called. It's a large moth. And scientists put brain chips into the larva so that when it cocooned and became a flying moth, it had the chip built into its system, making it easier to integrate, and they could fly the moth around the lab. And that was a huge step. And this is now 4 years ago that I was interviewing these scientists.
Hey man, I thought the birds aren't real was just a meme. I swear every day somebody comes up with some crazy conspiracy that sounds way too crazy to be real, and it turns out to be true.
Your immediate reaction might be to open up and help when a young woman comes crying to your door at 4:30 in the morning. This video was posted to Reddit by user Base Shadow, who did call the police but did not answer the door. And he might have done the right thing. She might be in desperate need of help, right? If she really is in danger, why is she hiding from the police?
Oh.
Also, when the neighbor's light comes on, why is she hiding from that as well? Why doesn't she run over there? Does she have a couple of armed friends hiding around the corner for when the door opens? It's happened before. She could have been completely innocent and really needing help too. We'll likely never know.
Nah, I think the dude narrating is right. She is hiding from the cops. She hides from the light. I wouldn't have opened the door either. Well guys, that was the video. Thanks for hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed that. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. Every single one of you is awesome, and I love all of you guys. And with that, I'll see you in the next video.